Milwaukee, of course, with the new players. Damon Stoudemire looking at the gloves, and you look weird in this uniform. And then Gary Payton had a great day as the Bucks rolled with a victory there. The Hornets against the Pistons. Jamal Mashburn still on fire. 50 points on Friday night. Nails a fadeaway here. Second straight game, he's had the game winner in the dying seconds. Paul Silas with the dance. You like that?
The electric slide or something?
They're the Grizzlies and the Rockets. Mike Miller came over from Orlando. Little ball fake there, 11 points. He was 4 of 12 from the field. Delvin Cato, huge two-handed jam, throws it down. Rockets win it 93-82. The Jazz and the Nuggets. Well, we're honoring a guy who was 40 years of age, Michael Jordan. John Stockton doing it at that age as well, leading the break right here. Cheney.
Traveling violation.
15
in the highlights.
It's West against East this afternoon, and after a 14-0 start, Dallas still has the best record in all of the NBA at 43-12. The opponent, the Wizards of Washington, just an eyelash out of the playoff picture right now and hoping to improve that possibility if they can pull off a win over the team with the best record today. We welcome you to MCI Center, our nation's capital, everybody. Brad Nessler along with Bill Walton and Tom Tolbert. Fellas, it's been quite a week for Michael Jordan. It's been 5 straight wins, Tom, for the Dallas Mavericks, and they're playing as well as anybody right now. Their trio's doing the job.
Well, you want to talk about guys that are multi-dimensional. These guys are more multi-dimensional than a Swiss Army knife. I mean, they can do it all. Put the ball on the ground. They can shoot. They can dribble. And while their defense has certainly gotten better from last year, to win and compete, these big three need to do everything I mentioned. They need to carry the load offensively. They're still an offensive squad.
Tom, a guy who has not reached his 40s. I'm in my 40s. My partner could only dream in the rearview mirror about his 40s. And a guy that's playing basketball at age 40 better than anybody can do anything, Michael Jordan.
Michael, the master of his universe, and we're just grateful that we're allowed to live in it for a few more days. Michael Jordan, the leadership by example, the delivery of emotional performances, the driving to the hoop, the ability to get everybody else involved is going to have to eventually shift over to Jerry Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse, who is now just back a couple of games from a nagging groin injury that has really slowed him down. He is a big-time scorer, but he's no longer able to get to the hoop. Word from the Washington Wizards is that Stackhouse is getting healthier, is getting stronger. In the locker room with them before the game, you get that sense that he really feels it today. He's going to have it, because if the Wizards don't get over 100 points, they have no chance to win this game today.
They're going to shoot for that because you sometimes have to outshoot Dallas. Very few teams can find a way to do that. Dallas looking for its 20th win on the road. Michael Jordan stands in their way. The Wizards and the Mavericks, the lineups are coming up in a moment. Michael Finley, Jerry Stackhouse, Sean Bradley, Brendan Haywood, Dirk Nowitzki, and Christian Laettner. And the backcourts for Dallas, Steve Nash, Tyronn Lue, Raja Bell, and Michael Jordan. Third and fourth, I should say fourth and fifth members of our team today. David Aldridge, and right now, Michelle Tafoya.
All right, Brad, well, a short time ago, Don Nelson and his staff were in the locker room holding a last-minute film session watching their earlier meeting with the Wizards. When I asked Nelson specifically what he was looking for, he said, we always want to know where Michael Jordan is. He was pleased with the way their zone defense handled the Wizards in their first meeting, but in man, he said, look for Michael Finley to start on Jordan, and a little bit later, Raja Bell, who Nelson calls his best defender, to check Michael in man situations. Let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Michelle, the Wizards obviously need a big game from Michael Jordan, but Jerry Stackhouse is the key in more ways than one. They know that not only this year, but for next year and beyond, Jerry Stackhouse has to be a focal point of this team. He can opt out of his contract in 2 years. After this year, he's got 2 years left. They want a decision from him, and Michael Jordan is going to be evaluating him both on and off the floor. Remember, Jordan goes back to his job as Vice President of Basketball Operations after he's done playing. They want to know if Stackhouse is a guy they should put big money into.
When he's got that suit and tie on, he's not scoring 43 a game straight for 8 points.
Oh. They're calling a flagrant. No, they're calling this a one-shot foul. This is a tough call by Dick Bavetta, and Don Nelson is letting Dick hear about it.
Laettner picks up back-to-back fouls.
Oh, what's the guy? have to do? Does he have to just get hurt so bad to get to the free throw line? Brian Russell into the action after the outstanding contribution of Christian Laettner.
Laettner with 2 fouls has to sit. Nowitzki double team. Mavericks move it around the horn, and Van Exel throws up an air ball.
It's all perimeter. It's all around the perimeter. Not one of those guys caught the ball and drove to the hoop and made the defense collapse. So they're just lazy right now.
Hey,
no one's
Doug Collins
giving the effort.
One on the shot clock, got to go right now. Watch the lob at the basket to Finley.
There it is. Got it. Good call, Bill.
Maybe they had to try that play more often.
Finley, right now it's Wizards 21, Finley 6.
That's why you never get back cut when you have the shot clock as your ally.
That shot by Finley snapped a 16-0 run for Washington. Stackhouse trying to save it, and out of bounds to Dallas.
What Don Nelson can hope for, besides better execution, is Brian Russell just never sees the ball. Inexcusable defense. The Mavericks can only hope that once the Wizards go to their bench, which is woefully thin, particularly with the loss of Larry Hughes, that this scoring binge that the Wizards are on right now will dissipate.
Nowitzki still trying to find something. They can't. Scoreless for Nowitzki. There's Larry Hughes with an ankle injury. He's going to miss some time now, and as Bill said, that depletes Washington's lineup considerably.
Dirk Nowitzki 0 for 5.
And that hurts them defensively. Larry Hughes gives them a big guard. That was starting. Now coming off the bench when he gets healthy, to come out and defend either the point guard or the off guard position, it hurts him more defensively than it does offensively.
Stackhouse just pulls up for 3 and buries it.
Well, that zone defense just backed off and opened up the parting of the Red Sea. You do that against Tyronn Lue. You do that against Brian Russell or Haywood, not against Stackhouse and Jordan. What are they thinking?
When's the last time Dallas went 10 minutes with 6 points, all from one guy? That's the situation right now. Finley is the only scorer for the Mavericks. And Nowitzki almost threw it away. 3 on a shot clock. Van Exel got the long ball.
Orchestrated by Michael Jordan.
Van Exel. Van Exel and Finley until Williams layup right there. The only 2 guys for Dallas that have even scored the game. Period.
Well, I think Van Exel wanted to share.
Yeah.
Let me get the Wizard involved here. Not those Wizards. They've been a little bit too involved with the Wizard Williams. And one of the keys to Dallas this season is +5 as far as turnovers. And that's where they're getting more possessions than right now, just not getting it done.
Bobby Brown, nice turn on the basket, didn't finish. Here comes Dallas. Nash leading the way.
Never execute the shot, you're going to pump fake.
Van Exel.
2 runners in a row off the back of the rim.
And Dixon will bring it up for Washington.
Continue your relentless attack offensively if you're Michael Jordan. Ooh,
Nice
Russell.
ball movement.
That's how low his confidence and self-esteem is. He passed up that shot.
Stackhouse over Nash from the free throw line.
Well, someone's got to come and help on that one. You're going to let Stackhouse back down Steve Nash 2 or 3 dribbles. Eventually, you got to go over there and help.
Stackhouse 4 in the quarter, 12 on the game. The lead is 15. Trying to give it go, and Russell just steps right in the passing lane.
Playmaking, not the strength of Walt Williams' game.
And a whistle.
And you're going to see going up against the shorter Steve Nash. Once he turns his back, you know, that second dribble, someone's got to come. The first dribble you can handle, but the second dribble, someone's got to go over there and take care of that.
But the discipline of Stackhouse, quickly identifying the shorter Nash on him, get him on your back, and then just outside pivot and overpower him.
That foul was on Van Exel, by the way. Dixon looking for somebody in the paint, nobody home. Jordan didn't get it off in time. First Wizards turnover.
Now that turnover has to go to Dixon and not Jordan.
You got to love that, though. When you miss a shot and it's nullified because of shot clock, you're like, oh, yeah, that was nice. Take that 0 for 1 off that box score for me, please. Thank you. Of course, I didn't have it very much at the end of the shot clock.
Nowitzki, everybody continuing to run at him.
You must have played for great coaches, Tom.
Absolutely.
Played for a lot of coaches. Got a little hip check foul on Byron Russell.
Wizards seem one step quicker on defense than Dallas is on the offensive end. They seem to be able to recover and get to the guys. No open shots, no clean looks.
Mark Cuban has to be very concerned.
Nash leaves it for Nowitzki. Nice give. First basket.
One of the few times that Nash or anyone has really been able to get down the paint effectively.
Dixon, Russell, Stackhouse, Brown, and Jordan on the floor for Washington. Stackhouse forces one up and in.
And a foul. Derek Collins again with the strong call, overruling the objections of Nick Van Exel.
Nahara with a foul, his second.
And you know Van Exel doesn't object very often, so it must mean something. Look at right there, getting to the soft underbelly of the zone defense. That middle portion, get to the middle portion, that's where you kill a zone.
So Stackhouse a 6-point quarter, a 14-point half so far, and he'll step to the free throw line where he's perfect today. 5 for 5. Six for 6.
Do you think that Houston game was just too easy for Dallas? They just came in thinking this is going to be no problem. This is the Wizards. We've already handled them. We beat them when they came down to American Airlines Center. Jordan's going to be tired from 43.
They beat Houston by 15, 100-85.
I think it's early. I think when you're not used to playing in the morning, sometimes you have a hard time just, I mean, just stuff like that. They're getting good shots, and Nahara with a great effort play, but some of these shots are makeable shots, and they're just not finding their way home. But I certainly wouldn't expect this game to be a blowout. I'm certainly expecting Dallas at some point to get back in this game with the firepower they have.
Washington is not a great offensive team on a league-wide status. Now, they can get an occasional big game, but whether they can sustain this pace.
Stackhouse has scored the last 12 points for the Wizards, but missed that 3. Nash by everybody, and partially blocked, but tipped in. Nahara back-to-back baskets.
Where's the team defense? Doug Collins is up off the bench saying, we got to get back, and when a defender goes to block, somebody has to cut off his man at the legs.
At the legs?
Right, get down.
Tough guy. Jordan trying to leave it for Brown, and the Wizards turn it over. Nash with Williams on the flank, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Wow. This game is turning quickly. They went to their bench. Christian Laettner is back in. Tyronn Lue was back in. The only guy they're really missing now is Brendan Haywood. We'll see if Brian Russell can do anything for Doug Collins.
Now it's a 7-0 run for the Mavericks to cut the lead to single digits down to 9. Here's Lue, got the roll from the free throw line.
Touch me up, Tyronn Lue. That's a tough shot, not really the strength of his game.
He's the first Wizard other than Stackhouse to score since there were 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Steal.
And he steals it and waits for some help.
My goodness.
Jack it up, Michael.
Stackhouse trying to follow. And he tried too hard.
Climbing the ladder right over the back. But that's just laziness right there. That's not being focused. Having a ball stolen on the inbound. But they're not even really pressing him. Tyronn Lue just kind of hanging around and seeing, let's see what I can find. Boop. Right off Nowitzki. No one. Now that right there is just no focus.
Give LaRue a little bit of credit, though. He snuck in behind Nash. He was blocked out, the little tiny guy. Nash is calling for the ball in the low post there.
Nowitzki trying to get his offense in gear and drops a 3.
This is a nightmare matchup if Jordan is going to try to guard Dirk Nowitzki.
It's down to 8. The lead that once was 18.
Well, you knew sooner or later that they're going to have a spurt. They're going to have one of those spurts where they just start hitting threes and getting on the break. And as an opponent, can you match that?
Stackhouse, and he stays hot. 3 for Stackhouse.
He just looks so much better than he's looked all week after coming back from that groin injury.
18 for Stackhouse, and we've still got 7 minutes till halftime.
Yeah.
Nahara with some more garbage underneath.
3 offensive rebounds, 3 buckets.
Well, they're getting killed on the boards. Brendan Haywood, who started the game so strong, is getting no looks here. And you got Jordan having to guard Nowitzki. I don't think that's going to work.
38-29. Stackhouse, they double, triple team him. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He got it away. Jordan pulls it down the weak side.
What a rebounder.
Nash goes by everybody again. Nobody came over to pick him up. Jordan says to Lou, I thought he was yours. And Nash's first basket.
The Wizards feel sorry for him there. They just opened up the whole lane for him.
I hear nonstop, ever, ever, ever. All you can say is among the best ever. I'm on record today again.
Thank goodness you're on record. Walt Williams knocks down a three.
Well, as many times as I hear it, I can't just say it every single time, so
Right.
I'm done for the day.
Okay, thank you.
Tomorrow's another day.
We approach 5 minutes, 8-point lead. Jordan spins on the baseline and draws a double team in a hurry.
They're coming to a dead stop every time, the Wizards.
Dixon, spot up three, and Nash will pull off the miss.
Slowly becoming a Maverick-paced game where the game's starting to get up and down, both teams finding offensive rhythm, and if that's the case, Dallas is going to end up having more rhythm.
Van Exel in the paint.
It's falling apart for Washington.
And Doug Collins up. Will wait and
He's
call
going
a
to talk
timeout.
this one over right now.
Says to Lou, get it up here in a hurry. There's the timeout with 4:41 remaining in the half.
And little Jason Gardner just making it all happen. The Wildcats coming together.
Here the Wizards try to keep it together. They had a big lead and it's dissipating in a hurry. Juan Dixon just inside the three-point line.
Well, I'll tell you what, when he goes left, he's tough. He gets that one bounce left.
But finally, the first points off the bench for the Washington Wizards. They've been outscored 23-2 on the night.
Williams and Van Exel have been a big part of that. Finley had the first 6 points of the game for Dallas, and he wheels on Leitner. In the lane, got it.
What great recognition by Michael Finley.
To
I'd
go
say-
watch people play golf.
You have to make some tough decisions in life, and Mike obviously had one to make there. Maybe he had nothing to do with it. I have no idea. At least we're getting to see it, fellas. Steve Nash at the free throw line where he's 91% on the year. Michelle?
I spoke with Don Nelson earlier about Steve Nash, asking him what makes him special. He said Nash plays the position at a very fast pace. His quickness separates him from other point guards in this league, and he can score at that fast pace. At the same time, he said, guys, sometimes his speed can be his demise.
I'll tell you what makes him special. Some of the girls he hangs around. Forget about 90% at the free throw line.
I think it's his imagination, which to me is what defines.
Now, if they want it.
Who wants it, though?
Stackhouse on a runner.
Oh, Jordan was wide open.
Well, he
What a
got it
pass.
anyway.
What a pass.
So now Michael against Nowitzki with a crossover. Leitner keeps it alive. Trying to go back up with it and fouled. 5-point ball game. Final 10 seconds. Van Exel and Nash with it in hand. Nash around Dixon, but he lost the handle.
That's got to be double dribble.
Leitner. And the Wizards hold on to their halftime lead. They led by as many as 18. They saw Dallas come back and cut it all the way down to 2. And now at the break, they've got the halftime advantage 49-44 as we check in with DA.
Jerry, you said that you were ready to come back after the couple of subpar games. Looked like you had your legs in the first half.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. We were able to get off to a good start offensively. Unfortunately, we let them back in the game. They're a dangerous team. They shoot a lot of three-pointers. We just got to try to bring that same energy in the second half.
What's more important, how you execute offensively or getting back and stopping them from transition defensively?
I think they're equally important. We've got to do both. I mean, of course, we got to come out and keep moving the ball and doing the things we're doing, but if we happen to miss the shot, we definitely got to get back because they're pushing at full speed.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Good luck second half. Back to you, Brett.
A 20-point half for Jerry Stackhouse, helping the Wizards to the big advantage.
I leave the game in good hands. So many great stars still in the game. Now I can go home and feel at peace with the game of basketball. Thank you very much.
We talked at the top of the show about Michael Jordan needs help from somebody, and you said it'd be Jerry Stackhouse. Those two guys have been a two-man show almost.
Offensive firepower, a necessity against the Dallas Mavericks here, and Jordan was just magnificent in setting it up after missed his first 5 shots. He then came alive, got on the glass. Stackhouse, huge in the second quarter, including getting to the free throw line. The question, though, for the Washington Wizards, can they sustain this attack? They've only got 2 points total off their bench, and then you've got the inability to convert off Dallas's inordinately high number of turnovers at 8.
Turnovers in the big three, Tom, have not necessarily been the big three through the first 24 minutes.
Well, generally the big three are velvety smooth offensively. They've been about as smooth as wild turkey in the morning so far. They just can't get anything going offensively. You see right there is a shank, it was a jump hook, and then right here a turnover by Steve Nash. That being said, with the shooting woes and the turnovers of the big three, the bench has picked them up, only down 5, and put them in position to win this ball game.
Let's check in courtside with Michelle Tafoya.
Well, Brad, I spoke with Don Nelson at halftime, and he did something very unusual. He admitted his team is tired. He said, we've played 8 games in 12 days, and when you get tired, you tend to settle and rely on easy things, like taking jump shots. He said, once we got in the paint, we turned things around. He said he also gambled by taking out his centers and relying on Nahara. He said, we're very fortunate to be down just 5. Now over to David.
Well, at the half, the Wizards know the bench scoring is not in their favor right now, but the number is 46. When Jerry Stackhouse and Michael Jordan combine for 46 points, the Wizards have a very good record, 15-4 this year. And when Dallas goes small, expect to see Charles Oakley in the second half when they put Dirk Nowitzki in at center. Back to you guys.
All right, DA, and it's 30 points right now for Jordan and Stackhouse combined. Nowitzki's been the quiet one, but he opens up with the first basket of the second half.
Too easy. A little guy guarding you, 7-footer.
What a breakdown defensively here. Washington looks like they are just stuck in a funk.
Lou had 9 points in the first half. Other than Stackhouse and Jordan, he was the top scorer. Here's Stackhouse open. Got it.
That's always the sweet spot, that middle. And if they collapse, then that's when you kick things out. That's when Washington's got in trouble against that zone, when they become too perimeter oriented.
I love to watch Steve Nash come up the court licking his fingers while he's dribbling.
Well, he's got a grip on the ball, but he missed a 3. Jordan with a rebound.
Well, we're trying to work on all demographics. Female viewers, male viewers. Try to get everybody involved in the show.
6 rebounds for Michael Jordan.
And another turnover, unfortunately. Nowitzki on the break.
You can almost count that. You get Nash in the open court with the ball, odd man numbers, you can almost count those.
Dallas cut it down to 2 late in the second quarter. They got it down to 3 here in the opening 2 minutes of the third.
Dallas is moving at a quicker pace in the opening 2 minutes of the third. Transition opportunities here. Quickness to the ball, anticipation. Steve Nash the best at that. And then the finishing capabilities of Dirk Nowitzki, normally a high riser, that time having to pull the rim down to his level.
From free flight to Dirk flight. That's not easy to say. Just proved that, didn't I? Turnover again by the Wizards.
You've been listening to me too much. Oh, Finley.
Underneath. Finley has 10.
Doug Collins, immediate timeout, does not like the way his squad is playing.
Let up. Come on, we can't let up here on defense now. This team is really explosive defensively. We got to lock into them now, all right?
Instead, it was Dallas that locked in on the break. Nash and Nowitzki over Stackhouse with a jam. And then Finley on the baseline with a reverse, and it's down to a 1-point game.
I love the way Steve Nash delivers the one-handed bounce pass without the ball ever leaving the triple threat position.
Well, it's
Beautiful.
a special gift to be able to go as fast as he does and be able to deliver balls on the money.
Lou missed the jumper, and Dallas is going to have a chance to lead for the first time of the ball game if they score this trip.
Tyronn Lue should not be taking those shots. Those are shots for Stackhouse and Jordan.
Nash. Inside for the lead. In and out. And Bradley picks up the foul.
Sean has not had his finest day.
He's had 3 fouls.
Steve Nash only 1 for 6 on the entire game. Yikes.
Meanwhile, the Wizards offensively have missed 8 of their last 9, and that dates back to the second quarter. So a tough start here to open up the third, 3 minutes in.
Finley doing a good job defensively off the ball on Jordan, making him work to receive in good position.
Jordan baseline with 5 on the shot clock, a little too strong. And Leitner keeps it alive.
Just the presence of Brendan Haywood means so much. Played well in the first half and really then never got a look late in the second quarter when the game changed.
Nowitzki on the switch off on Lou. Stackhouse, deep three. And the rebound is Bell.
The Finley guy with a little push up there to the back of Christian Laettner, got the ball and ignited the break.
Steve Nash, that guy's fun to watch.
Want to manage your own NBA team? I know Tom and Bill would love to. You can log on to NBA.com and play Virtual GM the second season and win some great weekly prizes.
Does that come with some Excedrin?
I don't know. It'd be a headache if you ask me. Nowitzki for the lead. Got it. There it is for the first time this afternoon. Leads Washington.
How do you respond now? You had the big lead. You're up 15, 16, the whole game. All of a sudden, Dallas comes back. They have the lead. How do you respond at home? Who do you get the ball to get you that lead back?
More shot attempts for Michael Jordan.
And Laettner hits it outside.
How about setting some screens for him to free him up? How about an attack, a penetration and dish? How about driving the ball at Michael Finley, Jordan's man, so Finley will have to make the automatic response, giving Jordan an easy look.
Here's Finley offensively to Nash, just turns and fires from the free throw line. Look out, Sean Bradley trying to save it. We got a play on this one. Nope, not quite. Guy right next to us picked it off.
Might have been the first time in years Bill's touched the ball if that actually would have made it over to us.
That's not true, Tom.
He likes to check those balls before they jump it at the beginning of the game to see if it's round, some of those things.
I sleep with the ball at night.
You know, it's okay if Nash licks his finger. That's enough out of you, okay?
Yeah, to lick your fingers with a headset on is a little strong.
Got to be ready. You never know when it's coming your way.
Jordan to Haywood. Oh. Didn't finish it. And here comes Nash on the run again.
Need more physical attack of the boards for the Wizards.
Finley, pull up. Got it.
This has a chance to get ugly the way the Wizards are playing right now. You got a 5'10" guard, Tyronn Lue, walking the ball up the court. You got Christian Laettner staggering around in a daze out near half court. Brendan Haywood is barking at his coach.
Stackhouse.
And then that.
Back comes Dallas, now with the lead for only the second time this afternoon, with 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Finley over Laettner, but he got Laettner to get a piece of him. And the third foul on Christian Laettner.
Michael Finley, such a key member of this Dallas attack, but his relationship with Michael Jordan goes way, way back. As a senior in Chicago at Proviso East High School back in 1991, Michael Finley won a contest, a TV contest, and a chance to play against Michael Jordan in a game of one-on-one. As legend has it, Jordan was so impressed with Finley, he said at the conclusion of that game while Finley was still in high school, "I'll see you again in a few years."
And he's seeing him today. Good story. Finley was 6 in the quarter, 14 for the game, and the lead is up to 3. Finley spreading it out nicely.
Michael is standing. He's not attacked court hard enough or fast enough.
Laettner will try the outside jumper. He's hit 2 of those. His only 2 field goals this quarter from the very same spot.
Who's guarding Michael Finley?
No one yet. Here's Nowitzki, and Haywood came too late on the 3 by Nowitzki.
Doug Collins is looking over there like he
that
is
tells
just,
the story, huh?
The poor guy. Somebody, a beautiful play.
Oh, Nowitzki knocked it right over the top of the photographers on the baseline.
That's your team's defensive strategy. Yeah. Strip down low, and when you miss, the guy has to double clutch, and your big guys come from the weak side. Send it out of there.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Wizards ball as Laettner will be the trigger man. Stackhouse around to pick. Going to have to put it up on the baseline and got it.
Great screen by Charles Oakley on the set out of bounds play.
Jerry's got 24.
Well, I think you see why Washington's fighting for that 8th spot in the Eastern Conference, because they have 2 guys, and when the other guys don't show up, they lose, and when the other guys show up, they have a good chance of winning.
Finley missed. Leitner, who was playing defense all over everybody, clears the glass. The switch off.
They've got to find a way to get the ball to Michael Jordan early enough in the shot clock.
Oakley inside.
Oh, that's
cagey veteran.
Foul is going to be on Nowitzki. It'll be he's 11 back going into the day.
I saw him playing left-handed yesterday. What's that about?
Well, he kind of had a bad lie on a big oak tree there someplace.
It was out of desperation.
I thought that was like a Larry Bird heat check or something like that.
How many times do you think Charles Howell has heard the word lovey in his lifetime?
I know it.
Don't worry about it, Bill. You never watched Gilligan's Island? Great. They almost got off the island just about every episode. Good
just
stuff.
about, but never. Not quite.
What are you guys talking about?
Speaking of a big oak tree, Oakley at the free throw line after what you gentlemen thought was a flagrant traveling violation, but the foul was called, so he steps to the line.
Now, when Charles Oakley retires, what is more likely? That he becomes PR director for the Knicks or commissioner of the NBA?
Those are the only two options?
Well, the most likely option.
Most likely. I don't think I'd pick either one of those. But he does have his first point in the ball game. It brings his team to within 4.
Charles Oakley's been playing very well of late, including major contributions in the big victory against New Jersey Friday night.
Here's Nowitzki, got around Oakley on the baseline, stepped it out, and knocked it down. So a big quarter for Dirk after the slow start. 11 this quarter, 16 for the game.
Does it amaze you anymore? It still amazes me every once in a while when I see him out there, and 7-footers are able to do that nowadays. I mean, him and Kevin Garnett, that's what we're coming to. These guys that are 7 feet that can put the ball on the ground and shoot like he does.
Lou got Van Exel up, and
3 seconds again. The amazing thing to me is that you got 4 guys in the NBA right now playing perfect basketball, and this is not one of them, Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, he's very close, but he's not playing at Kobe's level, Tim Duncan's level, Kevin Garnett, or Tracy McGrady. When you asked about the other guys other than Kobe, over the top, nice play.
Nahara again at a good feed by Van Exel.
But imagine what it would be like for those other 3 guys, Tracy, Tim Duncan, and KG, if they played in a major media market like Jordan and Kobe do.
Michael Jordan with a kick out to Lou, and he knocked down a 3. That's his first basket of the second half, and it was a big one because the lead had swelled out to 8. He cuts it back to 5.
Well, they're going to have to score now. Now it's not going to be about can we stop Dallas. Dallas is in rhythm right now, so Washington's going to have to get in some kind of rhythm offensively to be able to have a chance to win this ball game.
Nowitzki just waits and then takes it. Finley have come to life offensively. Michael Jordan and Jerry Stackhouse have been the majority of the scoring for the Wizards, but it hasn't been enough, and they trail by 9 with 8:13 left. As we look at what Nowitzki has done in the second half, let's check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Brad, before the game, I talked to Coach Nelson about Dirk Nowitzki. I said, what do you see in this guy that maybe the average basketball fan doesn't see yet? And he said, they haven't seen anything yet. He is the best player I have ever coached. I've never seen a 7-footer with his ball handling skills. He said, so gradually I've been having him play some point forward, having him handle the ball a little bit more. He hasn't been ready for that until this season, but he added, with Dirk, the sky is the limit, guys.
That's the way he's looked in the second half.
And only 24.
Forget that sometimes too, don't you?
And Don Nelson has coached a lot of players and a lot of games. 3rd winningest coach in the history of the NBA.
Involved in his 3,025th game as a player, coach, or GM here this afternoon. Nash.
We're going to call a jump ball, and the right call by Dick Bavetta. Ball popped out of Steve Nash's hands because of Charles Oakley's fabulous defense. That's an automatic call for the jump.
This should be a scintillating jump ball.
Steve's got a big smile on his face. He can't wait. Doug Collins doesn't have a big smile on his face.
I think Nash can get him.
Without question. He got him. He got it.
I don't know if that went to anybody. Now it goes to the Wizards, though.
What a toss, though, by the ref.
First basket of the 4th quarter.
But when things aren't going your way, as they have not for Michael here in the second half, You got to be able to work your way through it. Tough to do when you're 40, coming up a 43-point game. Plus, you got to get to the line. He's played 38 minutes and not taking a single free throw.
Nash rips a three.
Where's
2
the
field
help?
goals in this half for Nash. They're both 3-pointers.
Where's the help? How does a guy that shoots that well from beyond the arc get so wide open?
Lead back to 10. Jordan with a double team on him in the corner. Michael, nice kick out to Dixon. Cool. They move it around. Dixon will take the three. Oakley
Everywhere.
and again Nahara and Oakley get tangled up.
Finally an attack by Michael from the weak side once that ball gets swung. They don't play against a lot of zone defense here in the Eastern Conference.
Where's the help?
Well, Lou went over to help on Nowitzki, and that left Nash open, who just greened the three.
Yeah, someone's got to come from the weak side on that one and help you out. Help your teammate out a little bit.
Jordan.
Beautiful passing.
Nice.
Now Dixon for three. That would have been big. Instead, the lead stays at 10. Wizards have missed 9 of their last 10 3-pointers.
Tough to mount a comeback with those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to concur with you on that one.
Finally, you two agree. With 6:28 left in the game, Nowitzki backpedals and drops in number 23, and the lead goes to a dozen, biggest of the game, 84-72. Michael Jordan to Stackhouse, and he missed a three.
I think one of the amazing things about Nowitzki is that he's become the best player on the best team in the league, and his name is never mentioned amongst the MVP candidates.
Here he goes again. Jerry Stackhouse will bring it down. He leads the Wizards in scoring today with 25.
Oh, nice passing, Oakley.
Oakley to Dixon.
Don't you just love playing with a guy like that?
I was about to say that was the worst shot I've ever seen in my life. They're going to have to hurry things up a little bit here. Down 10 with a little over 5 to go. You don't necessarily want to get into that type of game with Dallas, but sometimes you have no choice.
Nash partially blocked, it appeared, by Stackhouse. And here they come offensively. Dixon, can he stay hot? Yes. Dixon with 6 in the corner. The rookie has brought him back into single digits.
Crowd wants so much for something to cheer for.
Here they come with a chant of defense. They need a stop. 5 on the shot clock for Finley.
Somebody better help him.
And he fades over Lou and Dixon both and knocked it down.
Get the sense when Finley puts it on the ground, he's going to shoot the ball.
The new home. And the Mavericks leading the Wizards 86-78. Coming in for Dallas, the best road record in the business, looking for their 20th win here on the road today. As they take the floor, it's Nowitzki, Nash, Van Exel, Williams, and Finley for Don Nelson's team. Looking for win number 44 on the season.
The Wizards conspicuously absent from that best road record. It's an atrocious one, as a matter of fact, and they've got to go out on the road a lot the rest of the way.
Second half, the big three have been bigger than big. Here's one of them, Nash. Trying to back Lou down.
Boy, when Steve Nash is posting you up,
he almost got it too off the glass, but Oakley will clear it.
Steve Nash is calling, I got a little one. Bring it this way.
Jordan and Dixon have been the offense in the last few trips down court for the Wizards. Here's Michael.
Get to the hoop and jack one up, Michael.
Dixon around Nowitzki and had it slapped away.
Stackhouse has not shown the explosiveness here in the fourth quarter that he did in the first half.
For 10 celebrities, life in the jungle is about to get tougher, and only your vote can decide their fate. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. It's what Bill normally says when he leaves a game. Night 5 of 15 straight nights live tonight at 7, 6 Central on ABC.
The truth comes out.
Lou had it stripped. Van Exel and Finley bring it up. Offensive foul on Finley.
I don't know about that one.
Don Nelson's going to take it.
Right now, the Wizards will take anything they can get to try to get back with 3:14 remaining. They trail by 8.
A rare turnover for Dallas, who leads the league in fewest turnovers per game. Remarkable with the way they play.
If I'm Dallas, Michael Jordan, I'm going right at him with Dirk Nowitzki.
Nowitzki stripped out of there by Dixon. The Wizards with a chance to lead. Stackhouse to the rack. Missed it.
Poor spacing.
Nowitzki's out in front of everybody. And he missed a jam, but he's fouled. Dixon stormed back there to get a piece of it. 1 for 1. Got them both. 25 for Nowitzki today. The lead has gone to 3. 90 seconds remaining. And a timeout. So it's still a one-possession game. A lot of time.
Lou.
Exactly.
Who has not had a good second half here. Question is Washington going to be able to get into their offense early enough and not waste the precious time and allow Dallas's defense to really dig in? Nahara has a big responsibility anchoring the middle.
Dallas led by as many as 12 at the 6-minute mark, and Washington on a 13-4 run have cut it down to 3. We're under a minute and a half. Wizards with the ball trailing by a triple. Stackhouse hasn't scored a field goal in the 4th quarter. Dixon all the way through traffic.
In Indiana, after a disastrous road trip, they're going to be ready.
The fans at MCI Center are up as a group. It looked like their Wizards were dead in the water, down a dozen, but they battled back, and it's a 1-point game.
Clock management. Everything is in favor of the Wizards right now. Possession, you shoot at 40, and you get the last one as well. Mavericks have got 6 turnovers this quarter alone to go along with their horrendous shooting.
Michael Jordan will inbound. He's out there with Oakley, Stackhouse, Lou, and Juan Dixon, who runs the baseline. 6 on the shot clock. Lou might have to take it. Does. Missed badly, and Nowitzki with a rebound.
That's what they got out of a timeout.
Possession game. Check in with Michelle Tafoya.
Don Nelson in the huddle, going back to the overtime basics, said the most important play in overtime is the jump ball. And then he said, let's get back to our screen and roll. That's what was effective for us early. Guys.
The best road record in the business belongs to Dallas. Washington came back from 12 down to make it a game, and now they've got a chance with 5 extra minutes to make it a win.
And they brought the big guys back just for the jump ball, the importance of that possession.
The 7-footer and the 7.5-footer. And Bradley got the tip to Nash.
The referees need to start working on the tosses. The tosses have really declined over the years.
What are they doing during the offseason?
Nowitzki around a pick. Jordan stripped it from him. He still got a shot away and got it.
Tough shot. That is a tough shot. I want to see if Dallas gets back to being more aggressive. Seemed like they're a little more passive in the 4th quarter once they got that lead, standing on the outside, taking threes and letting the Wizards work their way back into the game.
As great as Jordan is, he cannot guard Dirk Nowitzki.
Most people can't. Here's Michael Jordan offensively. And Nash with a rebound. That field goal by Nowitzki ended a 5-minute-plus drought from the floor for Dallas. And that allowed the Wizards to get back in it.
Passing. Oh,
and
my
Nash.
goodness. You want to play around the horn. That started all the way over on the left block and worked its way all the way back around to the left wing.
Nash was 16. All his field goals in the second half have been threes.
Where's the offensive attack against the zone? Can they get it to the foul line?
Stackhouse just inside the free throw line. He's been quiet in the second half offensively to hit that big 3 that forced overtime. He's got 26.
Big shot, because it's hard enough to come back in the 4th quarter and tie this game. If they get behind by 7 or 8, they ain't going to do it again.
In the corner, Van Exel. It's like Dallas had a great time out before the overtime. They come out and just hit everything.
It's like teasing him, like you do with a dog, with a little sausage before you give it to him. Just tease him a little bit, and then right between the eyes.
Dixon, big 4th quarter for him, and he picks up where he left off. 16 for Dixon. 97-95.
If you're Dallas, post up Nowitzki on Jordan. Send him down low.
Bring it back out on top and way short. Jordan another rebound. That's Michael's what, 8th rebound?
How about a pick in transition for Jordan?
Backs in on Van Exel. Got help from Finley, who stripped it away. Ball out of bounds to Dallas.
Has Jordan shot any free throws today?
He has 2 for 2. Here you see the help from Finley coming.
A nice play by Finley, because as soon as the defender turns his back, he can't see you coming, and you see the back of his jersey, that's when you go double.
Well, Brendan Haywood didn't last long.
Van Exel had it stripped. Oakley comes up with a loose ball. Chance for the Wizards.
They've got a foul right here, too, if they don't get
immediately
the steal.
Well, that double team Steve Nash to make sure he doesn't catch the ball.
He's a 91% free throw shooter. Finley's not shabby either. That ball almost stolen. And then the foul.
Wow. That was dangerous.
Finley did not see a streaking Roger Bell all the way to the hoop, for it was wide open.
Watch what was almost a steal, though.
Well, and then you have 2 guys going away from the ball. Nash got double teamed, and they had to throw a long pass, and Jordan almost gets that ball. One of those guys, either Finley or Van Exel's got to come back to the ball and not fade away.
Finley, 2 for 2 today from the line. He's an 87% free throw shooter. Got the first. Dallas is 14 of 15 from the line as a team. Tom mentioned that earlier. You don't want to get in a foul shooting contest with this club. They've got the best free throw percentage in the business.
A ton of time. No need to rush it.
He missed it.
3.
Here's a chance. 3-point game. Stackhouse backs up for 3. Short with it.
They're going to call a foul here.
Oakley's going to be on Nash, isn't it?
Oakley was held as he was moving for that rebound.
Steve Nash picks up the foul. 104-101. 11.6 remaining in overtime.
Now you got to go for 3.
Well, if you're Dallas, just switch everything. Everyone stays on the outside. Do not give up a clean look from 3.
I think it's almost time to start fouling and making a free throw shooting contest and not let Stackhouse or Dixon hit a 3.
Jordan to inbound. Dixon, the hot shooter and a good 3-point shooter, has got it. In overtime. Blocked by Finley. No foul called. Dallas is going to win it on the road in OT as 0.7 seconds all that remains.
Great job by Michael Finley. You just get up in somebody's face, and if they want to pump fake or do what they're going to do, you're not.
The losing effort for Michael Jordan. And the Mavericks have won their 20th game on the road this season. First time they've gone to overtime, and they win it in overtime. 106-101 is the final. Nash 22 points, 9 in the overtime. Finley ended up with 24. Nowitzki had 29 as we head to Michelle Tafoya.
All right, with Michael Finley, you know, at halftime, Don Nelson told me this is a tired team, and yet here you had to go into overtime to win it. How did you overcome fatigue to hold off Michael Jordan and company?
Well, it's about the will to win. I think everybody on our bench knew we were a little bit tired, but we couldn't use that as an excuse. We had to come together and continue to do it on the defensive end. I think that's what ultimately.
40 ain't no stopping him now, man. So we go to extra fun. Woo, that's a man living the dream in overtime. Steve Nash works MJ and puts it away. Nash 22 points. Mavs up by 4. Next Wizards possession. Michael sick with it.
They got it with Michael
Jordan, the tough turnaround. He had 30 points in 52 minutes, but when you're down 3 in overtime, that's not the shot you wanted. Juan Dixon gets his shot blocked. Wizards lose 106-101. Bill Walton was in the house like carpet.
When this game started, it looked as if the Dallas Mavericks had left their game in Texas. They had the big victory on a Friday night against Houston, but they just stunk it up at the beginning, particularly the big 3, Finley, Nowitzki, and Nash. By the second half, though, they had found their rhythm. They found their game. The jumpers started going in, and it was Finley and Nowitzki, particularly the big jumpers, the long bombs, and then at the very end, Nash with little trick plays inside, and they were able to hold off the Washington Wizards and Michael Jordan in overtime. What a game, what a day, what a trio.